VAplus sets up our Bluebeam Studio projects with a typical file structure depending upon the client that we're working for. One of the things that we found, it's much easier for project teams and also our clients if we sort of enforce some consistency. There's no magic to this by any means. It's just like a file structure on your local network, things like that. One of the things that we found doing though is it's easier to copy in a folder with all the rest of the folder structures on it here and move one at a time. So often I'll end up with a folder here that I'll actually want to get rid of. So one of the things that you can do if you use this method is that you'll want to get rid of the extra folder, and so cut it and paste it, and essentially all this is basically the equivalent of a move in here, and then you can delete a folder that you don't need. We typically try to keep it fairly simple by setting things up so that they will sort by name here with some numbering system. But again, you can come up with any methodology that you want. We typically have our sort of to-do list and other things like that as some of our primary things. So we want that to be in here first. We will have a folder for current sheets. So again, the team knows exactly where they need to look for things. And then we'll start to add other things in that really are per sort of client and per project. For instance, we often include, if we have a client with a particular set of standards or instructions that we need, we will include a standards folder in here. Some of this is to keep us from having to think too much about getting things ready, and also make it easier to bring on new team members. So for instance, we have Bluebeam instructions that we're constantly updating to help people understand how we're using it and how they can make best use of it. We may have things in here about the Revit standards that we're using, or code checklists, things like that. Anything to help kind of the team. We often, when we're working with clients, we'll have an archive folder where their design packages and stuff, that basic sort of information or things that we're through with. Again, this is really, there's no magic to this, and just however you need to work with your clients or work with your design team, stuff like that is going to be up to you. And we also use a transfer folder. Not necessarily a very common usage, but in this particular case, our client was a lot easier to have them have one place to kind of dump things, and then we could move things around as was needed to keep it a little bit more organized. So making things simple for people, so that you just have a repetitive sort of actions and workflows is mainly what we're trying to achieve, with that. One of the things you can start to do as you upload files in here, let's go ahead and add some files in very quickly here. Navigate to the right place.